A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome you all back to my channel TRDK. As you all know, the main aim of this channel is to guide all the medical professionals and the skilled professionals who would like to consider other countries as an option to work and acquire education from, etc. Before starting, my humble request, guys, if you're new to the channel or you like my content, kindly do subscribe so that new content is available to you. Now today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about a very important topic that... Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about a very important question that I get almost all the time in my Instagram, and that is, I actually wanted to make a video of this as well because it is a very significant topic to talk about, and that is when doctors and dentists come to Denmark on the authorization visa, how do we financially support ourselves? Because of course, first we have to do the language. It's going to take 1 to 2 years, and then we're going to do the dental exams, which might take another 1 to 2 years. So how do we financially support ourselves during the stay in this country for 5 years? Because the actual visa we get is of 5 years, the authorization visa in total. So the only thing is, once we come here, the first thing we are told is, oh, you don't speak Danish, so we don't get the opportunities that we should. And of course, it's very depressing. I have really been there, and there's so many jobs that are there, but I did not know about them because I was not given the right guidance. So today, through this channel, I'm going to give you the right guidance that what should we do. So let's get into it. The first thing I request that everybody should do is that first, we need to have this mentality or this, mindset that we should, I know we are doctors, we're dentists, we are highly educated, but despite of that, we might have to do some jobs which are not a part of our career to begin with. That is just to financially support yourself so that financially you can pay your bills and you can live independently. And once you're relaxed in that aspect, then it's going to be easier to, get done with the language, get done with the license exams, etc. once you know that the financial things are sorted out. So that's the first point. Now, the second point is, what are the different jobs that we can do? So first, for these jobs, Danish is not necessary. If you speak good English, that's more than enough. You can actually start with these jobs. So let's talk about these jobs. And I'm going to talk about the main jobs, starting with from least to the best jobs that you can do. So kindly stay till the end of this video and you would know. And yes, of course, one good news here, that is that when you come as a doctor or dentist authorization visa, you can actually start working. Now, during my time, it was very unfortunate because if I found a job, I need to apply for a work permit, and that took a month, and it was really annoying and troublesome. But now, luckily, you are allowed to work even without all this. So that's good news. So for these jobs, the best thing is that then there's not too much competition. So once you come to Denmark, you get your CPR, which is a social security number. Just start as soon as possible. Give your applications or have your applications ready actually, so that once you get done with the CPR and the registration, you can start as soon as possible without any delay. And I really recommend you to start a job as soon as possible in one of these fields so that you don't have any financial crisis in the future. So let's go. Now, the first job is plejehjem. Now, basically what this job is, that there's not much competition. You can easily apply. They're very friendly and you can get into it as well. It is not the best job. I would agree, like from my perspective, it was difficult. I mean, I have not tried it because I got other opportunities, but I do know it's a bit difficult. But for some people, it can be a good job. So what you do is, they would give you like a bunch of, newspapers or magazines, and you can basically have to deliver them. Now, there are different routes you can take. It's very flexible, so it depends upon you how much or how less work you want to do. So that is just like, and this is just like the start, temporary, unless you get a better job. So just to get into it, to get the financial stability running, So you get into this job, and there are different routes that they give you. And with that, you can earn good amount of money in order to pay your bills and, for your general groceries, etc. You will have enough money to pay for your bills and for the groceries. So you're good to go. And you can have it part-time or you can have it full-time. It depends upon how many routes. The more routes you have, the better money you're going to earn. So this is the first job. Now, the second job that you can do in Denmark once you come is Volt. And of course, we all know about it. I know a lot of doctors and dentists actually doing this job right now temporarily. Of course, temporarily. We're not going to do this for the rest of our lives. It is very good money. Volt is actually good money. And with that, it depends. You can work on the weekends. You can work. It's very flexible. So you can work whenever you want in Volt. And it's pretty good money. And the best thing about Volt is that wherever city you are, you don't have too much of a waiting list because, of course, there's a lot of demand and supply here when it comes to takeaway food and ordering and delivering, etc. So you can very easily get into Volt and get good routes, and you can get you can earn very good money. So Volt is the second option. Now, the third option here is care homes. This is more for not really Dentists, yes, I have heard many dentists also working there, but it's more for doctors as well. So what happens is you go to a nursing home, you take care of the elderly. The one thing that I've noticed in these jobs are you need to be good in Danish, or you need to at least learn a little bit basics, because the elderly people, they can't speak in English at all. But the one thing I have heard from many doctors who have done this in the past is that they have an exceptional command over the Danish language. And that is only because they worked in the care homes and they only had the habit of speaking Danish. So they had no other choice but to learn Danish fast. So their Danish learning is way faster than the other people in that comparison. So this is one job. And of course, there are many care homes here. There is a shortage of healthcare workers. There's a shortage of workers in the care industry. So you don't have much of, a waiting list or have to wait for the jobs. You can apply, and very soon you're actually going to get into the care homes, because there are many care homes in Denmark. So this is also an option. Yes, you need a certain amount of Danish, but with English also it's fine. And the other thing is that except for if sometimes we are very good Danish, you can actually also get lucky. Or with time, you can go into the administration department of the care home. So you don't really have to do the caring job, but more of an administrative job, etc. So this is also an opportunity. Now, the next opportunity I'm talking about is actually the fast food industry. Day and day in Denmark, fast food industries are really increasing. There's a lot of restaurants and, fast food chains opening every day. There are new chains opening here. So because of that, of course, they need people. They need people for the home delivery. They need people to work at the kitchen, etc. So when you apply for these jobs, this is also one of the job sector that you should explore, because it is much easier to get a job there. Now, the best thing about the jobs that I've told right now is that with all of these jobs, including the last one I've mentioned, you can actually very easily, work part-time. You don't really have to work full-time. So even if you do 3 to 4 days and the rest you enjoy your life in Denmark, explore Copenhagen or wherever city you are, or you, of course, focus on the Danish language, you can very easily have a balance between socializing and paying your bills at the same time. So it's going to be very comfortable, even if it's part-time. Of course, if it's full-time, it's more money, but even part-time would be enough to pay your expenses. Especially for the female dentists and doctors out there, for the ladies now, I'm talking about the ladies, because this job that I'm going to talk about is more female-oriented. And that is that if you have a certain skill, or you want to learn a certain skill, for example, be it, I'm just giving examples like makeup, beautician, etc. So if you have done with some small courses in your country and you come here, or you can do a course over here in Denmark as well, so you can get the opportunity to actually work in certain professions like salon, etc. It is good money and it's good to pay the bills, unless of course you get better jobs out there. So this is it's more like a skilled based rather than a degree based. But with this skill, you can also get a good opportunity to work in Denmark. And this is also something that I have learned the hard way. And I really think that, yes, we all have, as doctors and dentists, we have a certain degree, we've worked hard for it, but it's very important to have certain skills as well, because sometimes, you are not eligible to work due to issues with the degree recognition. But if you have a skill, you can always work. So there are certain skills that one should always develop. And I have really learned this the hard way. I don't think I ever thought about having extra skills, but now I really feel that this is one thing that we all should also work for, which is to build up more skills. So for the ladies out there, and of course if there are any women in Denmark, please contact me. I would any dentists or doctors in Denmark at the moment, females, you can contact me on my Instagram. I can help you out with the beautician and with the the female oriented careers here as well, that the jobs you can get in the female field. So just text me and I'll make sure I'll help you out. Now, the last but not the least job, especially this is only for the dentists I'm talking about, is if you are a dentist, you can actually start to work as a clinic assistant. Now, I have done that, and some dentists over here have done that as well. As a clinic assistant, of course, it's going to give you the leverage, because once you are in, you will understand the system, and it will be much easier for you to get done with the dental exams later on. But yes, the only thing is, for the dental assistant job, you need to speak Danish. You need to have a certain command over Danish language. So if you start your language as soon as possible, after module 3, you can start these temporary jobs. But once you think you have a command over the language enough, you can very easily go into the dental field and work as a clinic assistant until you pass the exam. And maybe in Copenhagen it might be difficult, but then again in Denmark we have Sjælland and Jylland, and in Jylland there are a lot of opportunities to work as a dental assistant as well. So this is a good opportunity for the dentists out there. Now, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video really helped. And of course, if you need any help, you're more than welcome to message me on my Instagram. And I would come with a part 2. I would see what other jobs can there be that is easier for us to work in, easier for us to get into, and I would be back with a new video. But for now, I hope these jobs are more than enough to help you find financial stability in Denmark until you qualify for the dental license. Thank you. Have a good day.